Really? You're planning on watching a random Knights of Azure video, just because you feel like it. Well, aren't you the adventurous one? All right, let's do it!
Knights of Azure is the child of everyone's most beloved developer, Gust. You know, Gust, the same company that made the Atelier games? You know, the Atelier games. The same franchise that's feared to be a gateway into buying games based solely on if there's a cute anime girl on the cover? Produced by Koei Tecmo, Knights of Azure was released in Japan on October 1st, 2015, and then worldwide the following year. Oh, and just for some perspective, the game's Japanese release date was 1 month after the release of Metal Gear Solid 5. Yeah, that's probably enough time.
Now, I wouldn't be surprised to hear you say this is a random game to be talking about. I mean, look at it, you're probably thinking, this doesn't look like anything special, just some weird weeaboo anime trash thing. So why am I playing this game? I don't know. Weird weeaboo anime trash needs loving too? Hey, someone's gotta suck on that sweet Koei Tecmo nectar!
So the backstory to this game is pretty much what you would expect. There's a hero, there's a bad guy called the Night Lord. Night Lord wants to spread his evil influence. The hero fears this will be done through gerrymandering. They have a big dumb anime fight over the city. Yeah, you know, it's the usual. A hero defeats the demon of the night. However, in a show of the world's biggest you did it wind move, the demon rains his blood down on the island. It's like the world's worst oil spill. In the sky.
We gotta be environmentally friendly, they said. Drill the heavens, they said.
The blood turned all life on the island into monsters. So in the biggest sweep this problem under the rug scenario I have ever heard of, it was determined to leave the situation alone for 800 years. Now, 2 young women have been tasked with putting a stop to the demonic activity on the island.
Wow, 2 adult women. I guess things must be really dire if a 12-year-old magical girl and her pet cat aren't enough to stop this monstrosity. By the way, that was sarcasm. I know a problem like this can only be solved through the power of friendship.
Our main protagonist, Arnis, arrives on the island and meets up with Lilies, her assigned partner on this mission. In a stroke of luck, turns out these two are old college buddies who shared a wonderful school experience together in the arts of magic. Truly the most practical and attractive degree to prospective companies.
No kidding! Good old Magi elitist you! Class of 2012, go Horned Owls. Hoot hoot!
Things are just coming up Arnis. Not only does she get to reunite with her old best friend, but she also gets a nice front row view that I'm sure she'll make full use of for as long as I don't press X. So Arnis and Lilies make small talk with one another and reminisce about the good old days. They're just such good old friends that it's disgusting.
How have you been? It's been how many years? Oh, how's Mr. Barkwolf? Actually, I had to put him down last year. No!
Okay, yeah, no, I'm sorry. But judging from their conversation, these two have had a bond that cannot be wavered even after years of separation and Instagram spamming. I don't buy it. I don't buy their relationship one bit. Why? Well, I can tell just by looking at them. Take Arnis, for example. What's the first thing that comes into your mind when you see her? Right! She's a loser! Like Yuna! I mean, I could immediately tell just by looking at her. Now that's some great conveyance on the part of the developer. And when you are a loser, your worst nightmare is meeting anyone from your old school. You know they're looking down on you, judging you, making fun of your crappy jobs, boasting their fantastic ones, boasting their fantastic money, boasting their fantastic clothes. No, I don't choose to dress like this. Can't you tell this is a standard issue uniform? Now, I can see how some people might suspect that I'm just trying to project myself onto Arnis. Well, I can honestly say that's just crazy talk. But if I were to humor them, I would say, so? I mean, doesn't every Japanese product ever made ever want me to project myself onto the main character? Yeah, this time around it's a terrible crime. I wish my hair could stay put like hers. Anyways, I just imagine the two of them being very passive-aggressive and catty with each other. I hope you don't mind. So in alternate universe non-canon Knights of Azure, Arnis meets Lilies with an uncomfortable air of tension between them.
So, what have you been up to, Lilies?
Traveling, mostly.
Oh, traveling, yeah. Where'd you go?
France.
Oh, France! How wonderful! I'm so happy for you!
Also Germany, Spain, Portugal, Switzerland, Italy, Norway. I danced on your parents' graves, Nepal, India, Malaysia. Oh, and of course you can't forget Sydney.
Wait, what was that about my parents?
Although it was awful work, I never had a single me day. Unlike you, Arnis, you have so much free time. Why don't you travel?
I went to America.
Wow. Where in America?
Don't say Detroit, don't say Detroit, don't say Detroit.
Oh, what smells like failed business practices and poverty?
Hawaii!
Oh, Hawaii. Which island?
Hawaii?
Oh no, she's got me! I thought I got her.
But strained pleasantries aside, sometimes even these two know when it's best to keep their stupid comments in their anime pockets.
Yeah, those are fake.
So Arnis's job is to fight monsters, and Lilies uses her saintly powers to occasionally purify things with prayer that she got from church school. But really, I'm just taking her at her word that her prayers are purifying whatever it is she's praying over.
So this prayer will make it so when people see me, they'll always swipe right?
My word, you are the most simple person I have ever known. At some point in their journey, Lilies gets kidnapped by a demon, and Arnis must find some way of rescuing her. Luckily for her, Arnis is able to retreat back to a hotel, where she can always ask the butler Simon for his support.
Hey, hypothetically speaking, if the person I was hired to protect dies, you got any job openings here?
So to change topics, if there's one thing I like to talk about, it's character design. And trust me when I say these two possess a lot of character that I would like to talk about. So Arnis's outfit, it's elaborate. I'll give her that. She's got like this whole Vash the Stampede vibe coming from her, which helps remind me of my favorite decade ever, the 90s, not old. I will say though, I was quite shocked when they thought to remove the flaps when she's lying in bed. I think that was the biggest thing that impressed me about this game. But stupid mud flaps aside, if there's one thing that brings this whole outfit together, it's the tie. It really is the one article of clothing that gives this outfit even the slightest bit of class. I mean, without it, I think, man, get a load of this runway tramp. Add the tie, and I will buy a car from you. Boy, do I sure miss the Avril Lavigne look. So now that I've spent an entire paragraph yelling at a random piece of fabric, I would now like to focus my attention on sex appeal. In case I haven't beaten you over the head enough for you to notice, let me clearly state I have a problem with how these characters look. It's the whole our characters have to look sexy for the players to find them sexy. Sexy in this case being giant cats. And look, I'm not trying to be the morality police here. I just think a sexy character design should not be boiled down to whether or not your female characters could squeeze through a donut, you know, just to be ironic, or if her chest is causing her to develop scoliosis. A woman doesn't have to have a quote-unquote perfect body for her to be sexy. Let me share some wisdom with you. A heavily armed girl is really hot! Oh, you think I'm messing with you, do you? Imagine this. A girl holding a pistol, it's pretty hot. A girl holding a shotgun, it's really freaking hot. Shoot, you give a girl a pair of brass knuckles, and I'll forget all about her much better, hotter older sister. I like the way you exercise your Second Amendment rights, girl. All right. This video has taken several weird turns already. You're probably wondering when I'm gonna start talking about the most important aspect of this game. Well, let me tell you. Now, the dictionary defines Yuri as the act of two women. Let's talk gameplay. It's serviceable. Fine, whatever. Look, it's got light attacks, heavy heavy attacks. Using a heavy attack will end your combo. It's got dodge rolls. Using a dodge roll, you can get out of the way of an enemy attack. I am now putting you to sleep, aren't I? Look, the thing about the combo system is that it's not very in-depth. I honestly kept using the same combo over and over again just because I liked the part where she jumped in the air. Speaking of jumping, you know this game doesn't have a jump button? I mean, it's not like this game was designed to need a jump button, but I keep finding myself pressing X to jump and yeah, it unleashes Arnie's special attack. It eats meter. 90% of the time I pressed X was honestly an accident where I caused Arnie's to just spaz out for seemingly no reason. Oh, how embarrassing. I think a cute guy might have saw that. I don't know, maybe Arnie's just has a lot of insight.
Oh dear. I think that girl just saw a bee.
Now that's all I have to say about Arnie's, but don't worry. We got gimmicks! Yay! So instead of implementing in-depth combat mechanics, the game circumvents that by letting you call in helpers to assist you in combat. These helpers, also known as servants or fetishes? Wait, hold on.
Oh, fetish! As in an object that houses a spirit. I assumed it was referring to the modern use of the word, meaning with a and a absolute territory. Why would I ever think it referred to the latter?
On top of your little servant having regular attacks, they each have their unique functions. For instance, this one can use magic and heal you. And this one works great in a fireplace. Anyways, your servants gain experience points and can level up. There's also a whole variety of servant that you can recruit. I get the feeling you're probably supposed to switch them out for better ones along the way, but that sounds like such a hassle. It's like how in Shin Megami Tensei games you should always be getting better monsters as you go, but I don't see why my party, consisting of Pixie, Huapo, and couldn't take on the likes of the stronger monsters. What's wrong with my fetishes? Whatever. Oh, and one more thing, this game's feedback is garbage. I never realized that I'm taking damage until I just happened to look down at my health bar and oh geez, I am bleeding out. Same thing goes for my servants. 1 minute they're all full on health and the next thing I know, they're all dead and I didn't even know what happened. Perhaps I'm just completely incompetent. That's fine. I accept that possibility. See, I'm not gonna just sit here recounting all the times a cheap shot was laid on me. I'm not one of those persons who complains to their friends about how difficult every video game in existence is.
This game is too hard! It's too hard! It's too hard! It's too hard!
You're playing a visual novel!
Anyways. You know what every video game needs more of instead of gameplay? Story! While on her quest to track down the missing lilies, Arnie's comes into contact with the Night Lord himself. I am the bringer of darkness. I am the king of all demons who dwell within my infinite domain. Good night! That's a resume. I went to school for art. And then this guy's just like, hey girl, I like your blood. Take the sword. It was my mom's. Oh, and one more thing. I see you working that little body of yours. Let me tell you, you work in miracles. I would know. But you know what? It's missing something. It needs a little wham. You know what I'm saying? What? So Night Lord sends Arnie's off to fight the monster and great. Just great. Now I can't wear a hat anymore.
This body is going to make it very difficult for me to go to church!
Arnie's rescues Lilies from the demon, and the two of them share another momentous reunion together.
Lilies! Lilies, are you okay? I can't lose my job if you're okay. That's a rule.
Need smokes. Arnie's and Lilies make it back to their base of operations at the hotel. Essentially, the hotel acts as the place where the plot is discussed and the characters can have their banter with one another. Eventually, these two join the plot, guy and dude. But I don't really know what their purpose is. Hey, I can't be expected to know everything about this game. I desperately gotta finish this video before Yakuza 6 comes out. Video dated! Anyways, who cares about them? I mean, I would much rather hang out with stud butt Simon over here. In fact, he asked me to help him pick out a marvelous painting to hang in the hotel, but we're having trouble coming to an agreement. See, I wanted this to be hung here. But I guess he had something else in mind.
Too predictable. Too confusing. Too precious. The feet are nice though. Okay, how is this better than what I suggested?
As for Lily's, well, she decided she wanted to work at the hotel as a maid. They have her doing that whole shtick where she's just so clumsy and can't cook, you know? Where she's so bad, you just want to protect her and keep her on your payroll or something. Personally, I'm unconvinced of her ineptitude and just think she's putting on airs.
Well, I'm impressed. This is the first time you served me tea without it ending up in my lap. What's your secret?
Oh, I just wanted to make sure you got to drink this cup of tea. Enjoy.
You know, it'll be a lot faster if you just stick a knife in me and twist.
Yes, it would.
But of course, living with your arch nemesis is no easy feat. As Arnis finds out, old wounds never heal.
Oh, Arnis, are you still mad about what me and the other sorority members did to you?
You guys threw me into a pool!
Oh, I don't see why you would still hold a grudge over that.
It was empty!
But things come to a head at the hotel as their relationship hits the breaking point.
Arnis, myself and the other hotel patrons have discussed your relationship with Lily's, and we came to the conclusion that you putting lice in Lily's pillowcase is not an acceptable response to her baking you a cupcake with a broken heart on it.
No! Can't you see? She's turning everyone against me! That's what she does! That's what she did in school!
Arnis, please try to reconcile with Lily's. She's different from what you remember. She's changed.
Oh, like that hussy would get any character development bigger than her chest!
With no help coming from her companions at the hotel, Arnis is left to battle the monsters alone. Again.
But honestly, these fights have just become a way for her to relieve her pent-up frustration. Trust me, she needs this.
I hate that witch so much! Miss Pretty, Miss Perfect, Miss... Oh, I can only gain weight in my chest!
After a particularly long bout of self-hatred and loathing,
Simon! More whiskey in my tea, please.
Arnis is transported to a mysterious dream world. There, she is greeted by a person who transfigured themselves to look like Lily's, because making a new character model would be— Don't!
Would it kill you to be sincere just once?
Who transfigured themselves to look like Lily's so that Arnis would feels. The maiden tells Arnis that the blood she gathers in combat— oh yeah, she gathers blood in combat— can be transformed into power that Arnis can wield. To harness this power, the maiden bestows Arnis with a special ritual outfit designed specifically—
Yo. Gonna be losing out on a lot of potential job opportunities after showing this one.
Oh my heaven! How am I supposed to talk my way? No, this is totally acceptable. I mean, just because I don't necessarily like something I see doesn't mean it doesn't have a right to exist. My concern with the outfit is that, hey, if she's dressed in rags anyway, why even bother with the high heels? Hey, check it out, EA! Free costume DLC!
Wow. Mom and Dad really should have raised me better. Did you guys know I was playing stuff like this? Where were you? Were you guys at church again? How could you? How could you leave me alone to play smut like this while you guys were out there hogging all of God's salvation for yourselves?
Okay, look, I've honestly stopped caring. Okay, let me level with you. I may or may not have been watching a Doki Doki Literature Club stream while I was recording this very footage, so I don't really know what was going on. You know, I just thought I was doing my civic duty pressing X over and over again. And when I kept pressing X, her clothes kept falling off.
Just get your boobs off my screen. No one cares. Monica is 2017's best waifu.
Now, I don't like to be totally negative in my videos. I will say that the game looked nice and I didn't notice many performance issues. That being said, I don't think I'm the audience for this kind of game. This is where I'm going to end the episode, but before you leave, I would like to address a very serious topic with you. As I'm sure you are aware, I try to keep my videos as clean and as wholesome as possible. In this episode, I not only showed, but I also joked about the sexualization of many of its characters. I want you to know that is not a running theme with the videos I create. If you were offended by this, I apologize. And I want you to know it will never happen again.
Now tune in next time when I discuss the Senran Kagura games from a Christian perspective.
Oh no! I made the video too long again and no one watched it! Except for you, of course. Thank you very much for seeing this video all the way through.
But let's also give a very big special thanks to Kikiriki, who voiced Arnie's and appeared in this video with me. You can find a link to her page in the description down below. And I also got a few other videos you can check out if you'd like. I mean, I guess that's pretty much a given, considering the platform.
But I just thought I'd, throw it out there for you. I mean, my videos are just like the only way I know how to communicate with people.
Whoa! Whoa! Look at that! Look at that! They're not under the covers! They're not under... Deadly Premonition could do that! Deadly Premonition could do that!
Also, anyone who wears their shoes to bed is a monster that deserves to die!